I know this order is comparing the urgency of this mission to the Manhattan Project, which was the World War II era program that was meant to develop the nuclear bomb. Is that a fair comparison? And why the urgency? How much is China a part of the conversation here?
Yeah, a great question. So, I would be remiss if I didn't note that this administration is sometimes given to hyperbole. I think, it's a very significant moment in America's national AI development. But as one of my colleagues said, if it really were the Manhattan Project, you probably wouldn't be announcing it to the press. It would be, a deeply held state secret. But when we're thinking about, how this fits in with the global AI race. So as I mentioned before, kind of the three main inputs to AI, you have computational resources, data, and you have algorithms. And I would say, America's main competitor right now at the leading edge of AI systems is China. And China has a very different governmental structure where access to data is in many cases just a lot easier. So there are just fewer data safeguards in terms of, access to facial recognition data. We've also heard some stories of, factories in China basically putting sensors on different workers to track their movements and then better train robots. That's the sort of thing that you probably wouldn't really see in the US where we have, deeply held notions of privacy and limited government involvement.
Are we already behind the game right now, the United States?
So I think the consensus today is that the US probably still has the lead in the cutting edge of frontier AI models, but the pressure to innovate and the pressure to continue leading at that cutting edge is constant. And I think this Genesis mission is really meant by people in the administration as a way to kind of secure America's lead and potentially expand that lead.